Hi folks, this is me trying to record the activity of honeybees on my peach blossoms. Very difficult thing to do because they're running around greedily, consuming all the nectar and all the pollen. And they're moving so fast I can barely keep up with them, but you can see it's moving fast. This LA is one of the fears, one of the concerns I had, that these bees were so acclimated to orange blossoms or citrus blossoms that they were never going to pay attention to the peach trees or the apricots or the apples, and I think that's proven to be false already. They're very adaptable. They'll eat anything, and they'll pollinate anything. So it's pretty clear that my fears were unfounded, and I'm so happy about that. Actually, I'm very happy to have been wrong on that point, because it's a lot of time and effort and money invested in building this orchard, and if the bees don't pay attention to the blooms, then I really have accomplished nothing. So this is one situation where I'm very happy to have been wrong. So there you have it. This is a tropic snow peach, by the way. Let me back out a little bit so you can see a better picture of it. It's a tropic snow. It's a very, very low chill peach, probably 100 to 150 hours, maybe even less than 100, because this thing started blooming in the middle of January. And I have a number of other peaches here, and apricots as well. I don't know, are they pollinating the apricots? Let me go to one of these apricots. No. There are not a lot of flowers on this apricot. There are only a few, so it hasn't completely woken up yet. But it looks like there needs to be enough blooms for the bees to pay attention to it. Well, let me step over here to another peach. This is also a tropic snow. And it's also got bee activity, although not as much as the other one, admittedly. And this is actually very, this tree right here is a harvester peach. Oh, hold on, let me show you this here real quick. If I can zoom in on this guy. There he is. You can see him moving around from blossom to blossom. This is a small tropic snow. It's another tropic snow, bought from a different nursery. But you can see the bees are doing their thing. Well, as I was coming back to this one, I was saying that I'm actually quite encouraged by what I'm seeing here. This is a harvester peach that I had planted 6 years ago, before I understood. I did this very early on when I first started the orchard, and I was just learning about zone categories, agricultural zones for the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and I was not fully briefed or not fully aware of the fact that just because a tree is rated for a zone, meaning that it can tolerate the heat in that zone, does not mean that it will do well in that zone if it doesn't get sufficient chill hours. Well, this is one of those mistakes. This is a harvester peach that is 750 chill hours, supposedly rated at 750, and yes, it's true. It has not been producing flowers very much, and it has been growing kind of strangely and erratically, and I think it might have to do with those chill hours. It's in a zone that it really shouldn't be in, so it's going to be probably marginal at best. But I'm not going to abandon it just yet. I have hopes that these trees are adaptable. I know what people are saying, genetics is not going to change, but I think that they'll adjust to the climate. They'll realize what the patterns are. When is winter, when is summer, when is spring, and they will adjust slowly over time, and eventually produce me some fruit. So unless she dies, I'm not removing her. You can see she has a few blossoms, not as many as the other one, but then again, she doesn't have much new wood this year because I trimmed it back pretty hard, and she didn't grow much last year. I'm attributing that to the fact that I didn't fertilize it well enough. But this year I won't repeat that mistake. I'll fertilize it, and I'm hoping that she'll put out new wood, a lot of new wood this year, and then next year I'll have a lot of blooms from her as well. So You can see